Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we'll discuss about application of biotechnology in agriculture. See, biotechnology has many applications in different fields for human welfare, and today in a very details we'll discuss how biotechnological applications they work to increase the food production in agricultural field. Okay, so what are the applications of biotechnology? What exactly is biotechnology and what means how biotechnology can be applied? Okay. See, already we have discussed about the gene cloning or genetic engineering, then about what downstream processing or chemical engineering also, and how the gene, the desired gene can be inserted into different types of animals, plants, microbes for human welfare, for production of different types of enzymes, different types of hormones, maybe different types of vaccines. All these things we have discussed, and today we will discuss how agricultural field it is developed by the use of biotechnology. Okay, so let's have a look. Application of biotechnology in agriculture. Biotechnology, it has many applications in different fields. See, first it is the agriculture by producing transgenic plants. The transgenic plants means these plants are having a particular desired gene. There is genetic manipulation in these plants, and a particular gene, desired gene, it is inserted into the plant cells so that the plant may be disease resistant, pest resistant, drought tolerance. All these characters are brought into the plants because of this transgenesis. Okay, so second is in medicine. This one we will discuss in a thorough. Okay, then in medicines, what is the application of biotechnology in medicines? About 30 therapeutic drugs are nowadays available throughout the world for human treatment. And these therapeutic drugs, they have been developed by the application of biotechnology. By the application of biotechnology, different synthetic hormones are also developed, like humulin, human insulin. It has also been developed by the application of biotechnology. Okay, and different types of vaccines for hepatitis, for herpes. These second generation vaccines, they also have been developed by the application of biotechnology. So this is the application of biotechnology in medicine field. And third one, it is gene therapy. What exactly is gene therapy? This is the genetic manipulation to treat a particular disease, and especially the cancer. Okay, so by any type of disease like SCID. SCID is severe combined immunodeficiency. This is a disorder, not a disease. It is the genetic disorder, and if anyone suffering from SCID, then there will be lack of immune system because of the enzyme, lack of the enzyme adenosine deaminase. Lack of this enzyme, it will cause immunodeficiency. Okay, and the first gene therapy, it was done to a 4-year girl suffering from SCID. Okay, suffering from the ADA deficiency. Okay, so this gene therapy, it is also now available with the help of biotechnology, so that any of the genetic disorder can be cured. Okay, from the embryonic stage also, or means it can be treated to the germline cells. Okay, so gene therapy is also there for treatment. Okay, and fourth one is molecular diagnosis. Many different technical diagnoses are available to know the disease in the preliminary stage. In the preliminary stage, if cancer is detected, any type of genetic disorder is detected, then it can be cured easily. And there are molecular diagnosis techniques like ELISA, like with the help of PCR, with the help of different diagnostic techniques, we can find out the presence of any type of disease in the preliminary stage only. Okay, and last is transgenic animal. As this is transgenic plants, likewise transgenic animals like transgenic sheep, transgenic cow, transgenic goat, these are also produced, and these are producing therapeutic drugs in their milk also, so that which will be beneficial for the human society. Okay, so in a very detailed we will discuss now about the transgenic plants, or agricultural development by the application of biotechnology. Okay, so biotechnological application in agriculture we will discuss in 3 points. First one is agrochemical based agriculture. Agrochemical based agriculture means what? By using the agrochemicals, this is nothing but the green revolution. By using the different types of agrochemicals like fertilizers and pesticides, the agriculture can be developed. But this type of green revolution, it is not sufficient to feed the developed population, growing population. Okay, and second is organic agriculture. Here there is no use of any of the chemical pesticides or nothing else. There is use of the biological agents. So it is the use of manures, biofertilizers, biopesticides and biocontrol agents, so that with the help of different biological sources the agriculture can be maintained, can be developed. Then third one is genetically engineered crops based agriculture. This one we'll discuss. This is the application of biotechnology here. Genetically engineered crop based agriculture means the plants, they are genetically engineered, means a particular desired gene is inserted into the particular plants, and the plants may be insect resistant, maybe pest resistant, maybe drought tolerance, maybe any type of efficiency of absorption of minerals. All these things can be brought in the plants with the help of transgenesis by inducing a particular desired gene into the plants. Okay, so let's have a look how the manipulation is done. And what are these organisms called? All these different types of bacteria, all these different types of animals or plants which are inserted with a desired gene, all these are known as the GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Okay, so these GMOs, one of the GMO is the transgenic plant also. So different GM plants are available with following features. What are the features can be brought in the plants due to transgenesis, due to insert of a desired gene? See, first one, more tolerant to abiotic stress. Some of the plants, they are they are suffering due to the abiotic stress, and these beneficial plants, they die. So more tolerant, the plants can be made more tolerant to the abiotic stress like cold, drought, salt or heat, so that the plant can sustain such type of critical conditions also. Okay, and second is pest tolerant crops. We can produce pest tolerant crops in which there will be no infections of the pest. Already the plant will be resistant to the pest. There is no need of use of any pesticides. And third is reduction of post-harvest losses. See, after harvest, the seeds are stored. The plant materials or the seeds are stored, and there will be no post-harvest loss. There will be no infection of any of the insects, or there will be no infection of any of the pest during the post-harvest storing. Okay, and this is reduced. The post-harvest loss, it is also reduced with help of this transgenic plant creation. And then increased efficiency of mineral uses by the plants. The plants, by using this transgenesis procedure, genes are inserted into the plants so that they can efficiently absorb minerals, different types of minerals from the soil. Okay, and increased nutritional value of the food. We can also insert a particular gene to a particular plant, desired gene, and this gene will express inside the plant, so that along with the food quality will be increased. The nutritional value of the food will be increased. An example we will also discuss about the vitamin A rich rice, that is the golden rice. Okay, so this type of features can be brought in the plants due to the transgenesis by the insertion of a particular desired gene. And how it is done? Already in the last class we have discussed about the Agrobacterium tumefaciens. Agrobacterium tumefaciens is a bacteria which is generally infecting the plants, and this bacteria, it is having TI plasmid. This TI plasmid is having a tDNA or tumor inducing gene is there in the TI plasmid, okay, which causes tumor normally to the plant cells. This tumor inducing gene of the TI plasmid, it is replaced with any of the desired gene, and this recombinant plasmid, it is inserted it, and the Agrobacterium tumefaciens, it is transformed with this recombinant plasmid having our desired gene, and now this bacteria, Agrobacterium tumefaciens, the recombinant bacteria, it is infecting the plants like as usual, and the desired gene which is present in the TI plasmid, now it will work inside the plants. Okay, so by this normally very naturally we can cause the transgenesis in the plants. Okay, so some transgenic plants with examples we will discuss. First one, insect resistant plants. How the plants can be made insect resistant? See, some of the insects, like different types of insects are there, like leptopteran insects, coleopteran insects and dipteran insects. They normally infect the plants and they just reduce the production. Okay, so such type of insect infections, if these are controlled, then there will be huge production as per the requirement. Okay, and how the plants can be insect resistant? See, already we have discussed last class about the BT. BT is the Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria. This Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria, it is having different types of toxin genes, and these toxin genes are named as chrygenes. Different types of chrygenes are available, okay, and different chrygenes, they act upon different group of insects. They kill these insects, and this toxin, it is released by this Bt bacteria, Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria, in prototoxin form, and this prototoxin, it is engulfed by the insects, and this prototoxin, when it comes into the alkaline pH of the gut of the insect, then it is activated, and it causes cellular swelling and pore formation in the gut wall of the insect, causing death. Okay, so such type of chrygenes, these are extracted from the Bacillus thuringiensis bacteria, and these chrygenes, these are ligated with the TI plasmid, replaced with the tumor inducing gene of the TI plasmid. Now this chrygene, it is there in the recombinant TI plasmid, and this recombinant TI plasmid, it is transformed into the Agrobacterium tumefaciens, which is normally able to infect the plants. Okay, so with help of such type of the recombinant Agrobacterium tumefaciens bacteria having the TI plasmid with the desired gene, we can manipulate genes of the plants. We can insert a desired gene into the plant, and the plant can be insect resistant, pest resistant, like that. Okay, so here one, see here, by this procedure, Bt cotton, Bt corn, rice, tomato, all these Bt crops, these are produced. Okay, chrygenes of Bacillus thuringiensis, they kill different group of insects like lepidopteran insects, which example tobacco boardworm, armyworm, these two, they come under the lepidopteran insect, which cause what, harvest loss. And coleopteran insects like beetles, dipteran insects like flies, mosquitoes. All these different types of group of insects can be killed, and the plants can be insect resistant with help of this technique. Okay, so these different type of Bt crops can be produced which are insect resistant, because the chrygen of the Bacillus thuringiensis is inserted with help of Agrobacterium tumefaciens TI plasmid into these plants, into these crops. Okay. Then see here different group of chrygenes, just I have told you. So Cry1AC, Cry2AB genes are inserted to cotton plant to produce Bt cotton, and it controls the cotton bollworm infection. Okay, this is Bt cotton, means already it is the what, transgenic cotton plant, in which the Bt gene or the chrygen is there. Two chrygenes are inserted, Cry1AC and Cry2AB. Then another one example is Cry1AB gene. It produces transgenic Bt corn to fight corn borers. Okay, the TI plasmid of Agrobacterium tumefaciens, it is used here. The tumor inducing gene, it is replaced with this type of chrygenes, and now this recombinant plasmid, it is transformed into Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and this chrygen will be expressed inside the plants as the bacteria Agrobacterium tumefaciens will infect the plants normally. Then pest resistant plants also can be created. This is insect resistant, already we have discussed. Then second one, pest resistant plants. One of the example also we will discuss. Pest like what? Like the different types of worms, like the nematodes, infection can be also blocked in the plants. And one example we will discuss here, by the help of RNA interference technology. RNA interference technology is nothing but gene silencing. When any of the nematode infection is there into a plant, like tobacco plant, it is infected by this type of what, this type of nematode that is called Melectin incosnea. This Melectin incosnea, this nematode infects the root of tobacco plant, causing harvest loss. Okay, and such type of infection can be blocked by this RNA interference technology or gene silencing method. How it is done? This gene, the infectious gene of this nematode, it is expressed inside this plant, and it is producing the mRNA. This infectious gene, it is producing its infectious mRNA, and it is the sense mRNA. Okay, and this according to the sequence of this mRNA, another complementary nonsense mRNA can be created outside the cell in the in vitro condition and will be inserted into the plant cells, so that there will be pairing of this sense and nonsense mRNA, forming a duplex RNA. And duplex RNA are not existable inside our systems, any of the living systems, because of the presence of dicer enzyme. The dicer enzyme, it cleaves the duplex RNA, double stranded RNA, into many pieces, and such double stranded small RNA pieces are called RNA interference. Such type of RNA interference technology, it is used for silencing a particular gene. maybe any type of pathogenic gene, it is silenced. And one example is that with the help of what RNA interference technology, the plants like tobacco, these are brought into pest resistant. They are made pest resistant by RNA interference technology to avoid nematode infection in tobacco plant. This is one of the example. Melectin acontia, this is a nematode which causes infection in the tobacco root. Okay, and with the help of dicer enzyme, there will be gene silencing. There will be gene silencing, means the dicer enzyme, it will cleave the double stranded RNA molecule, and there will be no translation or production of the what infectious protein. Okay, so gene is silenced in this level here. Okay, so gene silencing RNA interference technology, it is one of the application to bring the pest resistance in the plants. And third is golden rice. This is the last one, increased nutritional value of the food. This is one of the example how the food value of a particular plant can be increased by insertion of a particular desired gene. See here, golden rice. Already rice is beneficial for us. It is having different types of vitamins, minerals, etc. But here beta carotene or provitamin A gene, it is linked here. It is inserted into golden rice to make it a transgenic plant. This golden rice, it contains beta carotene, so it appears yellow in color also. And this beta carotene or provitamin A, it will turn into vitamin A inside our gut, and it causes it. This gene, it is helpful, very helpful to avoid blindness in the children because of the lack of vitamin A. And this gene, it is brought from the daffodil plant. From the daffodil plant, it is called Narcissus, Pseudonarcissus plant. From this plant, this beta carotene gene or provitamin A gene, it is brought. It is as usual ligated with the Agrobacterium tumefaciens, means with the TI plasmid, and with the help of Agrobacterium tumefaciens infection also, this golden rice, it is created. And these are the different types of examples of transgenic plants and how agricultural development is there in the by the application of biotechnology. So all these things already we have discussed. That is how to create the GM plant. One of the example also we have discussed, by the help of Agrobacterium tumefaciens, easily the plants can be made transgenic. Okay, so all these things, the application of biotechnology in different fields, we will discuss in the upcoming classes. Thank you for watching. Share and subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Thank you.